Good evening. The Monday, June 10th, 2024 regular meeting of the City of Paris Council is hereby called to order at 5:30 p.m. For the purpose of this meeting, there is a quorum of the council present. The invocation will be led by Mr. Gene Anderson, and then the United States Pledge of Allegiance and the Texas Pledge of Allegiance will be led by the council. Please rise.
May we pray? Heavenly Father, we come to you again, thanking you for each and every blessing, for we know they all come from you. We pray for wisdom and guidance for our council tonight as they make important decisions. We pray that you bless our community, Father, and prosper it. Pray that you'd prosper our state and our nation. For we ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Agenda item number 4, Citizens Forum. Persons desiring to address the council must limit their presentation to no more than 2 minutes. Unless an item is posted on the agenda, the Texas Open Meetings Act prohibits the council from responding to any comments other than to refer the matter of a future agenda to an existing policy or to a staff person with specific factual information. Claims against the city council members or employees, as well as individual personal appeals, are not appropriate for Citizens Forum. If necessary, the City Council may convene into executive session under Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code regarding any item on this agenda. The public forum is now open. If there's anyone who wishes to address the council, please come forward and state your name and address for the record.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the council. My name is Leslie Flynn. I reside at 10 North Plaza, downtown on the square. I, along with my husband Gary, are the owners of Rigby Cigars. We're also residents as our home is located above our business. We're chamber ambassadors, members of the chamber, and members of the Downtown Association who we represent here today. I would like to ask all members of the association that are in attendance to please stand a moment so that the council will see that I am not one voice, but the voice of many. Thank you. The association comes to you today with several concerns, but today I will be focusing on the biggest issue, which is the homeless situation downtown that is hurting businesses and the downtown community. Please understand that we all have a heart for these folks, however many, not all, but many of this demographic do not have a heart for us and have been the center of problems that is growing on a daily basis. They sleep in the entryways to our businesses, camp out around the fountain overnight, scare away our customers when they run up to them asking for money and panhandling. They come into our businesses seeking handouts, and recently one store was robbed at gunpoint. They accost visitors as they pass by with their barrage of cuss words. Their vandalism has caused hundreds, if not thousands of dollars of damage. I myself have recently installed additional cameras outside our building to protect our investment, being our building, our business, our home, and our vehicles. Some of these men sit at the fountain and now the splash pad watching women and children. Bikes are ridden on the sidewalks at high speeds or parked across the sidewalks blocking foot traffic. They leave their trash laying wherever they feel like dropping it. They plug their phones into the city's unlocked electric outlets. They even use the fountain to take their baths. And let me tell you, opening my living room curtains on a Sunday morning, that was not a pretty picture. I'm sure there are other concerns as others are here to speak also, so I will say thank you for listening, and I will turn the floor over to them. Thank you and have a nice evening.
Thank you.
Mayor, council members, Mr. Path, I long am here representing the chamber and our retail business community. But what I'm going to share with you is something that may astonish you, because now with the program that we have called Placer, I want to give you some numbers about the growth of retail that we have in our community. And I took 3 locations, for example, to give you these numbers. First, the Paris Town Center. In 2022, there were 168,000 visits to that location. In 2023, there were 194,000 visits. In 2024, it's easy to predict that that location will have 300,000 people go to that location. Walmart. In 2022, 225,000 people, or 2,025 visits at Walmart. In 2023, 241,000. And in 2024, it's easy to predict that there will be at least or more than 400,000 visits to Walmart. The downtown area. In 2022, 58,000 people visited. And when I say that, I'm talking about the sidewalks on the plaza, just in the square. In 2022, 58,000 people or visits. 2023, there were 69,000. And in 2024, it's easy to predict over 90,000 people will come to downtown Paris, Texas. This is a result of more things coming to Paris, more people coming to shop, more events, more people that are visitors coming to all of our areas. And it's not just in the downtown area that we're talking about. There are other business locations in the retail business that are around the Paris Town Center that have dealt with some of the things that Leslie was talking about as well. There are businesses in our community, including many in our downtown area, that have been faced with vandalism, conflicting conversations with individuals, and homelessness, sleeping, and damaging businesses. I will say that there is not one business owner that I have ever talked to that didn't care about others. They do care about others. But at the same time, our businesses should not have to deal with and go through the things that they have in the past because of this.
Mr. Allen, I'm so sorry. You're 2 minutes. If you'll just, you can wind down. That's okay.
All right.
I'll give you a couple seconds.
More people are going to come to Paris, Texas because more things are coming. We already know that. More people are coming, more visitors are going to be coming. And so what I would encourage council to do is let's use every entity that we have to address these issues, not only for our businesses and our visitors, but for those people that need that extra help. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hi, my name is Danielle Turman, and I live at 620 Twin Oaks in Paris, Texas. I am the owner of Fine and Dandy in downtown Paris, as well as the vice president for Paris Downtown Association. When I set out to open my business a year and a half ago, I told everyone I knew that the only place I wanted to be was in downtown. I saw the many improvements, developments, and changes happening downtown, and I knew that I wanted to be part of that growth. Who can blame me? We have such a fantastic downtown. Take a moment to think about the beauty of our square, the historic buildings, the large trees covered with the most beautiful lights that draw families downtown at night, the fountain and the roses and landscaping surrounding it. Now take these beautiful visions and change them up a little. Picture a large piece of plywood covering a window because it's been smashed. Picture someone sleeping in the entryway of one of these historic buildings, or even on a bench at the fountain. Picture large planters, dirt, and flowers scattered all over Lamar Street. Unfortunately, this is now the reality of downtown. Downtown is the heart and soul of our community, but it is slowly being taken over by those who have chosen to make it their home and their playground for destruction. I understand that there are many factors at play here: homelessness, mental health issues, drug use, and more. And I have empathy for these people and these issues. But a handful of people can no longer be allowed to slowly destroy our downtown and all the efforts that have been made to make it better. I speak on behalf of PDA when I say that downtown business owners have not felt heard or supported when dealing with these issues. We've been encouraged to call the non-emergency police number to make reports. We've been told to have video proof because that's going to help our case, and we do. We have done what we have been told to do, but what is being done to support all of these business owners? One recent offender was finally arrested after countless complaints, but as soon as she got out of jail, where did she go? Straight downtown. We need more patrolling downtown. We need new ordinances. We need to be heard and taken seriously when we call in with a complaint, and we need to clean up our downtown before it's too late.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, council members, my name is Mandeep Chatha Homer. I live at 1570 34th Street Northeast. I am before you to address a matter of urgent concern regarding the recent incidents of property destruction. My husband and I live in District 7, and we own several businesses in and around Paris. Additionally, we own 4 historic properties in downtown. In the last 6 months, we've had a vehicle crash through one of our buildings, incurring over $10,000 worth of damage, as well as broken glass in another portion of another building, incurring over $3,000 worth of damage. Both of these buildings are on the square. While we understand, as well as everybody else, the complex challenges facing homeless individuals, we also understand the challenges facing y'all in retaining and hiring police officers. But we really want you to focus on the significant property damage that's happening downtown. We're not large corporations, and frankly, none of us have extra money to deal with these concerns. As concerned business owners and active members of our community, we believe it's imperative for council to take proactive measures. Increased law enforcement's presence in and around downtown can serve as a deterrent to vandalism and property destruction and ensure the safety of all residents. We are all deeply invested in the growth and success of the downtown Paris, and we urge council to prioritize this matter and work collaboratively with local businesses, community organizations, and relevant stakeholders to develop solutions to this ongoing problem. I'd also like to publicly recognize Officer Bristow because he has been really helpful to me personally in dealing with some of the issues that have come up. So, thank you guys.
Thank you. Is there anyone? All right, yes.
My name is Carolyn Williams. I reside here in Paris, Texas, too, on 82. First of all, I went off and left my glasses at home. I had me a note, too. But I'm going to say that I'm still fighting for West Paris. I'm still fighting for the law enforcement and the code enforcements and the people that had us coming to the meetings on the church and at the school and all this to do what they say they're going to do. And when you bring it up again, they want you to go out and take pictures and send them pictures, and they want you to have a meeting with them. We done had all that, and I'm not going to meet with nobody about this again. I know they know who they are, and I'm telling you, it's the dangerous, dangerous thing to have somebody over law enforcement that can just look at you and lie to you. They don't have to be truthful. Look like if they would, their job would be on the line, but they don't even fear that. They tell you just a flat-out lie for nothing. So I want this problem to be resolved and need help on this here, and get somebody in there that's going to do the job.
Thank you.
Curtis Finley, 554 South Church Street, Paris. I'm here to ask for a future agenda item to be considered in the historical district of South Main and Church Street. We've had multiple families move into our area recently that have purchased single-family residences and spending a lot of money restoring those, and a lot of us have been there for, Barbara and I, 51 years. And we want you to look at ordinances that would restrict the building permitting of multifamily dwellings. We know those that are already there must stay there, but we would wish that you would not permit any more of that. Other cities have reviewed this and have taken action on that. This is our gateway, Church Street, one of the 4 gateways, and we want to protect it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor, council members. I'm Linda Knox, and I live at 655 Church Street. In 2021, when I served on the council, our Church Street Historic District began working with city staff in the planning department on ways to protect our historic neighborhood. What we came up with was a 3-pronged approach: a rental property ordinance, a vacant building ordinance, and single-family zoning. Of these 3 approaches, only 2 have been completed, and I'm here to ask that the council appoint or ask the council to request city staff to complete the last of these three, that being the single-family zoning issue. For a two-street historic district, we already have our fair share of multifamily dwellings. We've got 2 large apartment complexes. We have 2 small apartment complexes, and we have about 3 or 4 quadplexes and duplexes. And with that, along with the continuing deterioration of some of the homes, along with the city's popular 5 and 5 program, we would like to see more single-family homes be built as infill in this district. I thank you very much for your consideration. And I have a statement that I'd like to read from one of my neighbors, if that's appropriate. No? Okay.
Yeah, please.
With the strong push towards revitalization of downtown Paris and with the strong possibility of increased visitation to our community, it is a potential real plus for our community to enhance the uniqueness of Church Street by only allowing single-family dwellings going forward. Paris is not a town that has multiple areas or multiple streets with renovated older homes. Church Street is it. I urge the council to please approve the zoning change on Church Street. And this will also include South Main because they are part of the Church Street Historic District. Thank you for your consideration, and this is read on behalf of Sims Norman at 606 Church Street. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I apologize. There's some folks that are here that I'd like for them to stand if you're in support of this neighborhood request. These are our Church Street Historic District members. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else? All right. Seeing none, we will close Citizens Forum. We will move on to the consent agenda. Does any member wish to remove an item from the agenda for any discussion? Okay. If not, is there a motion to approve all items on the consent agenda?
So moved.
All right. We've got a motion and a second. Any further discussion on this item? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. All opposed, say no. Motion carries 5-0. Or actually, sorry, 5-0. All right. Agenda item number 10, under the regular agenda, receive presentation from Jay Hodge regarding the Sulphur River Regional Mobility Authority. Discuss and provide direction to staff. Staff, do you have a presentation?
Yes, Chris Donnan has been serving as the city's representative on CIRMA since January 9th, 2023. He's requested to step down. Jay Hodge is the presiding officer for CIRMA, and he's going to give a presentation about what CIRMA does, as well as make a recommendation for filling that vacant position.
Thank you, Janice. Thank you, Mayor, City Council. I'm Jay Hodge. I'm the chairman of the Sulphur River Regional Mobility Authority, and I'm here tonight to speak about a board replacement for Mr. Chris Donnan. The CIRMA, as we call it, is a political subdivision recognized by the state of Texas and organized under the Transportation Code. The purpose of CIRMA is to assist with, secure funding for, and to ensure completion of various mobility projects. The goal of our projects are to provide ease of access and economic benefit to the communities that we represent, which are Lamar, Delta, Hunt, and Fannin counties. The governing board of CIRMA is composed of 9 total members. There are 2 board members appointed by each entity that we represent, a county representative and a city representative, plus the board chairman who is appointed by the governor. Chris Donnan has been a board member since 2023, and he wishes to no longer serve on the CIRMA board. And I have a recommendation for his replacement. After much consideration, I'm recommending the appointment of Mr. Kevin Ashmore to the CIRMA board. Kevin's here tonight. Kevin is currently the Director of Business Development at WePack Logistics and has much experience in logistics and senior management roles within his profession. Regional transportation is an item that he works on a daily basis with his role at WePack and throughout his career at other employers. I believe Kevin has the qualifications, expertise, and temperament to serve the city of Paris on this board. I feel that Mr. Ashmore would be a great fit to our board, and I'm happy to take any further questions.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Hodge. Council, is there any particular direction that you would like to go off of? We can either ask staff to bring back a resolution in favor of appointing Mr. Ashmore, or we can ask staff to kind of advertise and bring back applicants.
I appreciate your work, Jay, with the board, and I fully support your recommendation.
Thank you.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't have any opposition to that at all. I think Mr. Ashmore would represent very well, and Mr. Hodge, thank you for everything that you've done on the CIRMA board, and keep doing the great work that y'all do. It's much appreciated.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council.
I think we're good.
Yeah, with that, we'll bring a resolution to the council for Mr. Ashmore next meeting.
Fantastic. All right. Agenda item number 11, discuss and act on the selection process for filling the vacant seat of District 2 for the Paris City Council. Staff, do you have a presentation?
Yes, on May the 20th, Reginald Hughes resigned from the City Council, District 2, leaving a vacant seat. Section 20 of the City Charter and Chapter 141 of the Election Code allows for you all to fill a vacant position, a vacant seat, and there's two options. Option 1 is to nominate and appoint a qualified person. Option 2 is direct staff to accept applications, give us a deadline to do that. You all set up interviews, schedule a special meeting, and then make a decision from that pool of applicants.
Council, any particular direction that you guys want to give?
Do y'all mind educating us a little bit on the last couple of changes and what's happened in those cases?
Certainly. We've done both. I can't remember off the top of my head which one we did last, but we have actually in the past taken applications, scheduled special meetings, and council has interviewed the candidates. And then Councilmember Savage might have been one of the last ones. He ran, someone vacated that seat prior to, and the council went ahead and appointed him.
No, Gary,
Is that correct?
Gary he interviewed.
He did interview?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
After 20 years, they all get crossover.
And
So we've done it both ways.
So how many candidates do we have? How many?
Well,
Is it more than one?
If you're going to accept applications, and that process is actually in your agenda packet down to the interview questions,
Right.
you just set a date, say, we're going to leave this open for 2 weeks and see how many candidates you get or applicants you get.
We've not advertised yet.
No, we haven't done anything.
We were seeking your direction tonight.
Okay.
So I would like to go with taking the applications.
Yeah,
I think that's
Me too.
Yeah,
interested.
absolutely. I agree. I think that's probably the best option to go down. We have some pretty important decisions to make as a council. I think we're at a really interesting time in the city, and we got to keep growing and keep doing some good things, and we need that seat filled. So I believe that making that option to go ahead and getting those applicants would be best. Is there a particular date that we would like these applications to be in by? One thing to think about here really is today's the 10th. And our next regular meeting is on the 24th, which is the fourth Monday of the month. If we're open to it, we could technically have a special meeting on Thursday, the 20th. Reason why
I'll be out of town.
We'll be out of town, okay.
Mayor, you do want to have enough time for us to get that in the newspaper and get that word out.
Okay.
So how long do you think it would take for y'all to get it in the
I
newspaper?
would
get the word out?
I can get that in pretty quick, but there's several media outlets. Some don't come out, every single day. I would suggest at least accepting applications for at least a 2-week period, and maybe accepting them till, if we get it out tomorrow, and that probably won't go to everyone, or they will not, it'll go to everyone, but they may not be able to get it out tomorrow. So I would suggest accepting applications maybe until June the 28th or June the 27th. That's a Thursday and Friday. That's 2 weeks from this Friday. And then scheduling a special meeting possibly on July the 9th. You're not going to want to schedule it on July the 4th. Mm-hmm. Those are just suggestions. If y'all wanted to bump it up and say, hey, the deadline's going to be the 24th. I don't think you're going to want to have interview them on the same night of a regular council meeting, especially June the 24th. It's going to be a huge meeting with the board applicants.
I've got a quick question regarding that. That's a very important meeting, very, very, very important meeting, especially because of council liaisons and then board appointments and commission appointments. I'd hate for that individual to miss that. That's a really important position to fill too. Is there any way possible that we could even look at maybe moving the appointments, moving that appointment meeting?
Like defer them to July the 8th?
Is that
And then
possible?
You all can decide to waive that policy that you have where they have the second meetings. You all can do that. And then just have them do on the 28th as far as the
Deadline.
the deadline for the council applicants.
Yes. So
And
if we did the council application deadline for the 28th of June, which is a Friday,
Yes.
then we would have our special meeting possibly on the 2nd, is that correct?
On the 9th?
Oh, sorry.
Or
the
or
ninth.
on the 2nd, you'd have to do it on the 2nd.
Yes. So it would be the
But
2nd.
that's going to be pretty quick as well. I'm looking at a calendar.
Because then at least if
Yeah,
if we were to do it like somewhere on the 2nd, then they would have a full, like, the rest of the week to be able to review over those applicants.
Okay, so you're looking at having a special meeting July the 2nd?
How does that look for everyone, scheduling wise?
That's the 4th of July holiday around there. I don't know who
Yeah.
takes vacation, et cetera.
I know that's a crunch. What are we thinking?
No, that wouldn't help you all either.
It's a crunch.
It is a real big crunch. Even if it's on the 1st, I mean, it's 1st, 2nd, 3rd.
Well, if you're going to defer your board appointments to the first meeting in July, you could, in order to accommodate the seating of a new council member, if you deem it to be important to do that, you could also go ahead and bump the board appointments to that second meeting in July.
Of July.
I mean, it's your policy, so.
Well, we could possibly do that. I mean, that would be the 22nd. It'd give everyone another month to be able to serve.
So
Do we have some committees that are short members, though, that need to be filled?
it's not going to change between now and then. The ones that are in there right now will be holdovers, but it looks like we're going to end up having to re-advertise anyway because some of the current board members have not reapplied.
So I guess it kind of helps anyways.
It's not going to change a lot, and then you all will set a different date.
Go ahead.
Since the 4th is on a Thursday, that celebration week time is probably pushed off to the weekend. So that July 2nd might work.
I can be there.
Yeah, I don't have a conflict. Ms. Moore, do you have?
No,
you're
I'm fine.
good?
July 2nd will be fine.
Okay, we're looking at a special meeting for July the 2nd.
That would be perfect. So we would do the application cutoff for District 2 by the 28th.
Okay.
And then we'd have that special meeting on the 2nd of July.
Okay.
All right, perfect.
And then you want to push the board applications, the board, appointing your boards into July the 22nd, right? And so,
I think the 8th.
I think the 8th.
July 8th, okay.
And that gives us a little bit of time to be able to juggle in some more advertising to see if we can entice some folks to serve.
Okay, I'm going to run through it again. June the 28th is the cutoff for District 2 applicants. July 2nd would be a special meeting. And for District 2. And then July the 8th is going to be the board appointments.
That's perfect.
Okay.
Okay. Well, if
Will we be swearing in that new council member that night as well? Yes.
Yes.
On the 8th. Okay.
Actually, technically, we could accept that council member on the 2nd.
Yes.
Oh, it would be.
Yes.
The
Yes,
second.
you could interview and deliberate and go ahead and fill that position at that,
On the
at that
second. Okay.
meeting.
So that way they have enough time and they could get all their agenda items for the next meeting.
Sure.
Yep. Okay, well, if that's the case, I believe we need to have a
Yes.
vote on this, so I'll open the floor for any any motions.
So I'll make a motion that we go with the dates that Janice recommended
Okay.
or stated previously.
We've got a motion. We have a second?
I'll second.
All right, we've got a motion and a second. Any further discussions or any changes? Seeing none, then we'll go ahead and, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. Any opposed? All right, motion carries 5-0. All right. Agenda item number 12, discuss and act on extending the moratorium for the 5 and 5 housing infill development program for an additional 60 days. Staff, do you have a presentation?
Yes, sir. Mayor, members of council, good evening. On regular session March 11th, I stood before you and recommended and asked for permission to give a 90-day moratorium on the 5 and 5 housing infill program. The purpose of that moratorium was to give staff time to look at the program, assess it, and also compare that next to the information that came in from the housing assessment to determine that what we're doing is the best for the city of Paris. The expectation was for the housing assessment to arrive in April. We just received it at the end of May. Also in the middle of this moratorium, we did just hire a new planning and community development director. He's here this evening. He is now has a chance to absorb and digest all of that information in that 70-page assessment. That being said, we're asking for a 60-day extension of that moratorium. One, the assessment came in a little later than we would have liked or had expected, and then also that gives our new director time to get on board, get the information, and then bring that information back to you to make sure that we do this one time. So I'm asking for a 60-day extension on this moratorium. This would run us to September 7th. Happy to answer any questions you may have.
Is there any discussion? All right. I think I'll add in on that. You said September 7th.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I just want to make sure I note that again. Yeah, I think this is great because now that we've got a new leader, and it would be great to be able to see his vision and kind of go forward and see what else we can put on the table. So pretty excited for the new opportunities for this program and seen successes, but looking forward to seeing what the next chapter of this development is going to be.
And to be able to take advantage of his experience and knowledge as well is going to be huge.
Fantastic. All right. Well, I think we need a motion. So is there a motion for the 60-day moratorium?
I make a motion to extend.
All right. Motion in a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, those opposed say no. Motion carries 5-0. Thank you, sir. Agenda item number 13, receive presentation. Discuss and act on an ordinance amending Appendix A, Section A 10.004, sewer rates for customers using city water of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Paris, Texas, to reflect changes recommended by the city's rate consultant. Staff, do you have a presentation?
Mayor, city council members, as you know from the agenda memo that was provided in your packet, the 2024 water and sewer rate study has been completed, and we have Chris Eckroot from NewGen Strategies, our rate consultants, here tonight to do a presentation to discuss that study in more detail.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. Chris Eckroot with NewGen Strategies and Solutions. Pleasure to be with you tonight as we get the presentation queued up, and I'm going to see if this is all going to work here. We good to go? Down, up. Hey, there we go. All right. So again, here to report on the rate study this evening. As you'll recall, we do this every year. This is necessary because it's called for within your industrial customer contracts. But as a byproduct of the study, we do look at retail water and wastewater rates as well. There's a little bit of a timing difference when we look at this. Your industrial customer contracts are based on historical actuals, whereas your retail your retail rates are based on budget. So just a couple things to note there. You'll also recall that council has previously acted on wastewater rate increases. This is in your ordinance already. It was a multi-year, multi-phase wastewater rate increase that was required associated with all of the wastewater treatment plant activity. So that is still in place. Your last increase associated with that ordinance was in April of this year. The good thing, we're about to go into a period where there is a bit of a pause on those increases. The next wastewater increase in the ordinance will not go into effect until October 2025. And you'll see some numbers on this here momentarily. But again, down that table that you see at the bottom, that shows you what that April 24 increase looked like in terms of an average bill. Here we're using 5,000 gallons. As you'll recall, we've talked about this before, the city has adopted a rate maintenance policy. Very important that we continue to abide by this policy. This policy is reviewed when you go to the debt markets. The debt rating agencies look at this policy. They see if you're complying with this policy. It's good financial management for the city to make sure you're complying with this. Right now, you are in compliance with this under your current rate. So again, we're not recommending any changes at this time, but I bring this up. I talk about it every year because it is important to be aware of, because it does guide how we set rates, and it's an important policy that the city has acted upon. So as we looked at the rates this year, the water revenue requirement, the amount we need to generate through rates, has gone down very slightly due to some debt that was paid off. On the wastewater side, we expected this. The cost went up. Again, that's associated with the wastewater treatment plant. Again, funds are currently sufficient to comply with your rate maintenance policy. We're not recommending any changes at this time. So again, retail water rates are good. You've already taken action on those wastewater rate increases within the ordinance. Recommend that you hold the line, continue those increases into the future. A couple things to watch for, though. Particularly on the water side, if we start to see revenues fall due to declines in consumption, we may have to come back and take some action. Also, if there are changes relative to your industrial customer operations, that may also require you to come back and look at water rates. But again, right now, we're not recommending any changes at this time. So as we look at those wastewater rate increases, you can see what has been programmed in. The next increase again in October 25, another one April 26. What that means to an average customer you see on the screen now. We've got three different example bills here, 2,000 gallons, 5,000 gallons, and 10,000 gallons. Again, no change coming until October 2025. Using that 5,000 gallons as the average bill, you can see that would be just slightly over $5 increase there, again coming in October 25. The same types of increases are in place here for commercial. Again, no change until October 25. And again, what do those bills look like? You see those on the screen here as well. Again, we're in a period of stability at the moment. Last slide, or actually that's the third to last slide I'll share with you tonight. I share this slide with you every year as we look at how do we compare to other cities. But every year I tell you the same thing. This is not an apples to apples comparison. Every community is different. The city is in a position, you have made substantial wastewater investment in your plant. That is why your wastewater rates are where they are. On the water side, you'll see you're very competitive. You're near the bottom if you just looked at the water side. But again, we do have, and we have made significant wastewater investment. That is why this chart looks this way. One change I am recommending tonight, specific to wastewater, is on the sewer surcharge. And what this is you have some customers that produce wastewater that is of excess quality, meaning it's not domestic strength. There's more in that sewage than what you would have coming from a regular residential household. And we bill those customers extra dollars associated with treating that sewage that is above domestic strength. So as you can see here, we are recommending a change in those fees. You see the current column there. That's what you're charging right now for those constituent components. We're recommending you go to the proposed column. Again, all this is associated with the increased cost associated with your plant. That necessitates going up on these fees as well to make sure that those that are causing the cost to be incurred are the ones helping to pay that cost. So that's what we're recommending here based on the study. What does this mean to customers? Again, you have very few customers that pay that excess strength surcharge. You see those customers that are that are monitored for their sewage listed here on the screen. Not a lot of revenue generated from this charge, but again, recommending an increase here so that we do follow along with the increased cost associated with the plant. So that's what you see. This is on an annual basis, total annual charges. Right now, about $11,830. Our proposed increase would take that to $22,354, so about a $10,524 a year increase. So not a significant revenue increase, but again, it's important that we pass this through. Those that cause us to incur the cost should pay the cost. So that is our recommendation tonight. I believe you have an ordinance in front of you relative to that change, but happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Any discussion? I will say the good news is until October 2025, we'll see a pretty steady rate. So thank God for that. Because I know that's a big question that I've received from a lot of constituents regarding the rate increases and stuff. So thank you for that reminder note there. Other than that, I mean, seems like pretty good presentation. So.
And I should add too, and Chris, we factored in our refund and refinance into all this process. And so I know we've incurred higher costs because of our plan than we initially predicted, but the work the council has done in order to refund has helped us stay in line with our proposed rates. That's true.
Absolutely, that is true. Yes, sir.
Very good. Well, I'll hear a motion if there's no discussion. Okay.
Second.
We got a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Motion carries 5-0. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Agenda item number 14, discuss and act on a TxDOT Airport Project Participation Agreement for the City of Paris Airport Runway and Taxiway Rehabilitation Project and authorize the city manager to execute all necessary documents. Staff, do you have a presentation?
Mayor, council, congratulations on the seat.
Thank you.
This item, agenda items for the agreement. We're needing to enter into an agreement with TxDOT for the upcoming runway project that's going to go on out there. We're really on the cusp of this project kind of kicking off. They're projecting this to start around the 5th of July. So it's really, stone's throw away. There's a good number of steps that's already been taken to kind of get to this point. If you kind of remember, this idea of this runway project started in 2019. So it's taken a lot of work to kind of get to this point. Just as a reminder, TxDOT, they estimated this runway project at a $3.4 million overall project. The agreement does need to be in place to kind of progress this project down the road, if you will. There is a 90-10 split on the cost. We've already budgeted and paid for that. So staff, we definitely recommend to not only to approve the agreement, but to have the city manager sign off on that. So,
thank you. Mm-hmm. Is there any discussion or any questions?
Do you need a motion, or is this just our consensus?
A motion, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I will say real quick before we take any motions. This project I know we've been waiting for quite some time, and we're really eager and excited. This is going to be great for our community, and hate that we had that 1 year delay on top of everything, but glad that it's going forward pending today's decision. So it's good. Any other comments? And if none, we'll go ahead and take a motion. We'll hear a motion.
I move to move forward with item 14 as presented.
All right. We have a second. Right. All right. We got a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Motion carries 5-0. Thank you. All right. Agenda item number 15, consider and approve future events for city council and/or city staff pursuant to resolution number 2004-081. Does anyone have anything? I wanted to add a couple of items, if that's okay, just discussion points for future agenda items. One, definitely, we definitely want to look into what our constituents and business owners from downtown had talked about, and I know we've been feverishly taking notes, so definitely to address that issue and see what we need to do, maybe working with Paul Allen to form a good, subcommittee with council and maybe business owners to look into possibilities of what we can do, maybe even working with nonprofits to see, hey, how can we tackle this issue from a community standpoint? Those businesses are very, very meaningful, and downtown is the heart of our community. So whatever we can do, maybe we can set that forward.
Yeah, we'll work on that, yes.
Sure.
Yep.
And I mean, I think we can maybe craft something or formulate something. Doesn't necessarily have to be right away in terms of an agenda item, but maybe we can look into this and work on it on the side. But if we were to gather a few council members on this, is there a particular group of individuals that would be interested? I know.
Well, I think what you need to do is put that on a future agenda item.
To select. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So I think what we'll do is maybe we'll work on that in the go forward. So.
Yep.
Okay. And then also another one that was brought up was the downtown historic area of town, including Church Street and
It's the Church Street in
South Main
Historic District zoning issue.
maybe to look into that also and see what we can do to look into that single-family zoning issue, get better information on that.
Yeah, I think what you're going to want to have is discussion item on that and direction to staff as to, if there's a consensus of the council to initiate a city-initiated zoning change for that area. I think that's what the kind of agenda item you're looking at.
Yes, that would be great. Besides that, I don't have anything else. Anyone else? Okay. All right, well, I think we'll go ahead and move over to agenda item number 16, adjournment. I will hear a motion in a second.
Make a motion.
Okay, got a motion in a second, and we are adjourned.